Hey guys, welcome to Travel Fields. Today I'm going to be heading out to Peter's place. We're going to be checking out the new DJI Spark. I'm really curious about this little tiny drone to see if it's any good and really who is it meant for. So let's check it out.
So tell me how to make the sun rise. My heart still beats in your direction. Thinking about those days and nights. My heart still beats in your direction. And you know I don't give a fuck what your friends think of all of my pitfalls. Yeah, I know I still drink too much.
I hope I crash it. That'd actually be amazing. It'd be so much better for the video. Video Rode Mic Pro, you guys know what that is. Manny put his through the wash, not the mic, but like the windscreen. It looks like this horrible dreadlock right now. I can't stop looking at it, so if my eyes are going, it's because I'm looking at this nasty dread that he has on his microphone. Just take it off. Take it off right now. I hate this thing. Look at this. Look at that. This looks like some rodent you'd see, like, hang on. Look at that. You'd be like, oh, look! Look what it is. It's a dead cat. Do you think it's dead? Oh. 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 I think I'm gonna get rabies touching this. I think I have tetanus. Is it tetanus? There's an actual dead cat. Look at that. Looks like a Pantene Pro V dead cat right there.
Do you use shampoo?
I don't use shampoo, no.
Found ways to run from our sunset love. So tell me how to make the sun rise. My heart still beats in your direction. Thinking about those days and nights. My heart still beats in your direction.
Alright, so we're back in the office. I had a chance to play around with the Spark a little bit with Peter. We had a really good time just filming. If you don't know who Peter is, there's a link in the description. You should definitely be following him. And so these are my initial thoughts about the DJI Spark. So first off, this is definitely not a full-on comprehensive scientific review. This is just my thoughts, what I thought about the DJI Spark. Just like Peter put out his video, it's just his thoughts. These are not comprehensive, full-on reviews. We did not test every single feature of the camera. We actually only had one battery to use. But you can find out a lot about a drone or product just by using it once. You immediately see the things that really shine and the things that aren't so good. First off, it's clear the best thing about the Spark is its size. It's tiny. I hadn't seen it in person until now, and I already knew it was small, but I didn't know it was that small. It's really small, and it could be even smaller if the legs folded in like on the Mavic, but it's really small to begin with, and it's just got a nice little package that it fits into. So that's definitely the best thing about the DJI Spark. And looking at the quality of the footage, it's actually fairly decent. It really surprised me. It's only 1080, but it is pretty high quality actually. I expected a lot less out of this camera. So that was kind of a nice positive surprise. I mean, it's no Phantom 4 Pro, that's for sure, and the Mavic is, I think, better, but the Spark is definitely decent. Now, one of the big negatives for me on the Spark is that you can't change any of the video features. It just shoots 1080 at 30 frames per second, and I don't like 30 frames per second at all, so that's pretty crappy for me if I was to use this. I would have to conform it to 24, and then you're either slowing it down or it's changing the look of the footage, and that's not really ideal. I really wish you could just choose 24 frames per second in 1080. But still, the video quality is pretty decent for such a little guy. Then let's go on to usability. Here's where I found it to be a little bit funny. All the videos about the Spark out there are using the whole hand gestures thing and all that. And I think that's super gimmicky. I don't think it works well at all. I don't think it's a real world thing that you're actually gonna be doing, taking it off with your hand and moving it around and doing the waving to do the selfie. It just doesn't work very well. It takes way longer than just pulling out your iPhone or using the controller and just doing it manually. So I think all that is just a huge gimmick. It's just a way to market the product. I don't think it's useful. Do not buy this for the hand gestures, thinking that, oh, I'm not even gonna need any sort of remote control for this or anything. We had it just flying around a little bit crazy, not coming back. It just wasn't behaving properly at all. And I'm sure in ideal conditions it works really well, but conditions aren't always ideal. But it's really handy that you can just pull out your iPhone and use that to control the Spark, but it definitely doesn't fly quite the same with the iPhone. I found it a lot harder to fly. There's no tactile feedback to see how much you're turning or going forwards or backwards. So it was a bit tricky. Definitely takes some getting used to, and also just turns really slow. Like, it's taking forever, which makes it a little bit harder to fly, and it's not quite as fun and agile. Now, we didn't play around the settings, so I don't actually know if you can speed that up. So correct me if I'm wrong, but it definitely does turn really slowly. The battery life, not so good, but that's okay. The batteries are pretty small, so you can easily buy some more, and it's not that big of a deal, but it definitely doesn't fly for that long. So to recap, the portability, by far the #1 reason to get the DJI Spark. It's tiny. The video quality, not so bad. I would say that's actually a positive. I was expecting a lot worse. In the negatives category, I would put all those gestures and all that stuff. I really don't think those are a good idea, and I think they are just a way to sell the product in the end. So the question is, who is the DJI Spark good for? And really, the way I see it, it's more of like a toy or a hobbyist tool. It's kind of just for fun. I don't really see it for professional use. And for me, I'm always trying to push the quality of my videos and really trying to get the highest quality possible, and the DJI Spark just is not that. But if you don't need the highest quality possible, it's a really good option. It's tiny, it's really easy to take around, so you're probably gonna use it way more than any other drone. So I'd say for hobbyists or people that just like flying around drones, it's actually really fun to fly around drones if you've never flown one. They're really fun. I wish I had one when I was a kid. So if you just wanna fly around for fun, great little drone to start off with. I also think it actually has a place for a lot of YouTube vlogger type people where you don't necessarily need the highest quality picture, but you want to get some aerials or some different kinds of shots. The Spark is actually, I think, a good option for a lot of people like that. Especially if you're a travel vlogger, traveling is really hard with video equipment. It just really piles up really fast, and your bags are just full of stuff, and it's so heavy and tiring to carry around. So the DJI Spark is a really nice, handy little drone that you can just pretty much put anywhere. So for some travel vloggers, there's definitely a place for the Spark. So if you're looking to get into the drone scene and you just want to test it out and learn a little bit, I think it's a great option. I would probably get the remote control though. I think it's just a lot more fun flying drones that way. I really kind of actually missed that, and then when we flew the Phantom 4, it's just so fun flying that thing, and it just whizzes around. It's just really nice with that controller. So if you're thinking about buying the Spark, first think, what are your needs? What kind of films are you filming? And figure out, does it fit for that style? For me, it doesn't really. It falls more in the category of a toy, but that's okay. It still has a place for a lot of filmmakers. So that's my little review of the DJI Spark. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And also go subscribe to Peter's channel. You won't regret it. He's a great guy and makes great films. Guys, enjoy the filmmaking process and go get some of those travel feels.